Baylen Dupree's boyfriend shocks her with huge proposal. Baylen Out Loud star, Baylen Dupree's boyfriend, Colin Dooley shocks her with a huge proposal. In the upcoming episode airing Monday, February 3rd, the two are casually talking about their future. Then it gets a lot more serious than the 22-year anticipated. So what happens? Keep reading for more details. It has been amazing to see Baylen Dupree so happily in love with Colin Dooley. The two balance each other out well, and he has been more than accepting of her Tourette syndrome. She has one of the more severe cases and has been candid about living with a neurological disorder. Her tics can be extreme and cause people to stop and stare. Yet Baylen has never been afraid to show who she truly is, something she's done for a very long time via social media. She even appeared on Dr. Phil to discuss what it is like living with Tourette's. Now she has her own TLC reality series, Baylen Out Loud. It follows Baylen, her 5 siblings, and her parents as they navigate her need for independence. She is desperate to live like every other 20-something who has a boyfriend and is growing up. Some fans have felt that her parents baby her with their actions, while others think they are doing an amazing job. With Baylen's boyfriend in the Air Force, she is preparing to move to DC. However, it seems he has a proposal for her ahead of the big move. According to People, Colin wants Baylen to move in with him. She is talking about how excited she is to live in DC when she has a ferocious tic. Joe Biden lives in the White House. There's vaginas hanging from the White House. Joe Biden's buried in my backyard after snorting cocaine during the Revolutionary War of 1812. In her confessional, Baylen Dupree notes that she has no idea where that tic came from, nor does she know what former President Biden does. Yet, he is alive, and she hopes this outburst does not get her into trouble. That's when Colin pops the question. So my roommate is moving out. He got his relocation orders. I've asked around. I've been asking people if they need a roommate, but I don't really have any luck coming with that. So I was just thinking, what if we live together? Of course. Baylen Dupree is taken by surprise by this proposal. Her response says it all. Colin confesses to the camera that he saw her having that tic, and he knew he wanted to be there for her. Fans love them together and hope that this works out in the long run. Oh, I love him for her. I really hope they're together forever. They are so cute together. I'm happy for her. Looks like she likes that idea. Some did worry if Colin could fully commit to Baylen with his job, but time will tell. For now, they are on an amazingly positive path, and that is all that matters. What do you think of Colin's proposal, and can you see them going the distance? Let us know and watch Baylen Out Loud Mondays on TLC. Baylen Out Loud star, Baylen Dupree and her boyfriend, Colin, are spilling each other's secrets in a viral TikTok challenge. The couple are very much in love and have a lot of fun together, so this was a no-brainer. How did they fare? Keep reading for more details. Social media followers are quite familiar with Baylen Dupree and her struggle with Tourette syndrome. She has long dealt with it and has one of the more severe cases of the neurological disorder. Yet Baylen has not tried to hide behind her diagnosis or pretend to be anyone other than who she is. Her videos are real and raw as she shares what life is like with severe tics that are out of her control. Yes, some have long maintained that they are fake, and she is playing them up for views and followers. However, Baylen knows who she is completely transparent about her life, and never holds anything back. She shows the medications she takes to aid with her tics, and how she can do everyday tasks. Now, she and her family are the focus of the new TLC reality series, Baylen Out Loud. She has 5 siblings and is trying to figure out how to live away from her parents, Julie and Alan. Finally, Baylen has a boyfriend, Colin, who she adores, and the feeling is mutual. Recently, they participated in the viral We Listen and We Don't Judge TikTok trend. This is a trend where couples, siblings, friends, family members, and duos of all kinds will get together. They will then be completely honest about things they have done, but they cannot judge each other. Baylen Dupree and Colin went ahead with this, and the results were hilarious. She confessed that she pooped herself running in high school, to which Colin asked if she was sick. Baylen said no. As a child, Colin would eat a whole gallon of butter with a spoon, but it did not end there. The couple continued with the game when Baylen Dupree confessed she got kicked out of an animal display village for trying to steal a piglet. That is actually adorable. Before Colin would shower as a kid, he would be completely nude, grab his horse head on a stick, and ride around his house. In between, Baylen would have a tick, but it fit the game. Fans and followers loved them together and how they did not take themselves too seriously. You guys are both so adorable, perfect for each other, wishing the best for you both. I remember watching her on TikTok. So happy to see she has her own show. She's so brave. Thank you for sharing your story. I love you guys. We listen and we don't judge. Some people admitted to doing the same things Colin and Baylen copped to, so it was all in good fun. What do you think of their relationship, and do you think they'll go the distance? Let us know and watch Baylen Out Loud Mondays on TLC. When it comes to TLC, the network loves to tell the stories of people. Whether they're telling a person's story as they struggle with weight loss, or staying active, or following the unusual lives of Cody Brown and his sister wives, there's always some kind of story being told. With Baylen Out Loud, viewers get to follow the ins and outs of daily life for 22-year-old Baylen Dupree. The young reality star battles with Tourette syndrome, and the series explores the way it impacts her daily life and her plans for the future. Here's what we know about Baylen, including where she lives and what the show reveals about her day-to-day challenges. Baylen is from Ranson, the Bouvier. If you haven't already guessed, the song we were referencing is Country Roads by John Denver. And as the song points out, the mountainous region where Baylen was born and raised includes breathtaking mountainside vistas, winding country roads, and a slower, more rural life than many Americans are used to. Ranson is just below Pennsylvania, along the Pennsylvania/West Virginia state line. It's also a short hop from Washington, D.C., boasting just over 5,400 people in the town of Ranson. It's a typical, quiet, rural West Virginian town. Baylen lives with her parents, Julie and Alan Dupree. She also shares the home with her 5 siblings: Burke, Sammy, Sin, Vic, and Beckner. Sammy is her only sister, and the 2 girls are close to their 4 brothers. While the series does show how she interacts with her family, it also introduces the story of what life is like for those who live with Tourette syndrome. Mayo Clinic defines Tourette syndrome as a movement disorder that involves repetitive movements or unwanted sounds, tics, that can't be easily controlled. While the physical tics and vocalizations can be disruptive to people around those with Tourette syndrome, they are often far more painful and isolating for those who live with the disorder. TLC's bio describes the series. Despite her daily challenges, Baylen and her family aren't afraid to laugh and embrace the chaos that makes their everyday lives in West Virginia unique. With Baylen Out Loud, the 22-year-old West Virginian has a chance to tell her story and introduce people to the struggles of living with Tourette. The Tourette Association of America has a long list of ways that the disorder impacts people with Tourette syndrome and helps them address those challenges. Fans are questioning if Baylen Out Loud star Baylen Dupree's parents are too overprotective, thus ultimately holding her back. She does need extra attention given that she has Tourette syndrome. Yet, she seems to really want to venture out on her own, but are her parents keeping her too close? Keep reading for more details. Baylen Dupree shot to stardom on social media due to her openness regarding her Tourette's and how she handled living with it daily. She has severe tics that can cause her to curse and lash out, something the now 22-year-old cannot control. Some have called her out as being fake and putting on a show. They do not believe she is genuinely as bad off as she portrays and think she pretends her tics are severe just for social media views. She has amassed millions of followers on TikTok and even appeared on Dr. Phil to talk about her life. Most recently, Baylen landed her own TLC show, Baylen Out Loud. It showcases what it is like having Tourette's and how her family handles it. She has 5 siblings who have had to learn to cope with Baylen getting a lot of attention, especially from their parents, Alan and Julie. They are very invested in trying to get their daughter the best care possible, and sometimes their other children take a backseat to Baylen. As fans have grown to love Baylen even more, they do question her parents. She desperately wants to live on her own and have more independence, but are Julie and Alan too overprotective? A Reddit thread was started to discuss how they may be holding her back. The OP wrote this: "They constantly talk down about how she can't do this or that. Well, why not? Y'all are supposed to prepare her for life to live on her own, but it's like they want to take care of her forever." As viewers have seen, any stress can be hard for Baylen Dupree as it exacerbates her tics. Therefore, it is her parents who calm the situation. Although it does feel like Alan and Julie Dupree can be overprotective, are they enablers or just loving parents? They have watched Baylen Dupree struggle and only want the best for her. So what did fellow Baylen Out Loud fans have to say regarding her parents and the way that they treat her? Not in the slightest. She wants to cook, they give it a go. She wants to grocery, they go. Brother wants dinner out they all go. I think they're very resourceful. Good parents. I definitely feel like they are good parents, but think they could be doing more. I would be exploring every option, including what seems like crazy alternative medicine techniques. Her mom is horrible in that department. She creates situations before they even become issues. Yep, for sure some helicopter parenting going on. It does seem a little mixed, but in the end, they are the ones who know Baylen the best. When she is truly ready to fly the coop, they will make sure she has absolutely everything and anything she needs. What do you think about Baylen's parents and how they are with her? Let us know in the comments below, and watch Baylen Out Loud Mondays on TLC. The new TLC show Baylen Out Loud has just started and viewers are interested in learning more about the star. It's a new year, which means new shows and seasons are on the horizon. TLC, home to popular shows like 90 Day Fiancé and 600 LB Life, has kicked off the new year with a brand new series. Baylen Out Loud is a series that follows Baylen Dupree, a young woman who has Tourette syndrome. The tics and symptoms started at a young age. No one in her family was fully aware of what her symptoms were relating to and how severe they were. Although she had the symptoms for years, it wasn't until she was about 18 that she was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome. Now Baylen has made it her personal mission to bring more awareness to the disorder, while also working on her own personal mission to rewire her brain and become more independent. Baylen is a 22-year-old woman who lives in West Virginia. Baylen's journey actually began on TikTok. After she was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, the reality star started a TikTok channel that grew to over 10 million followers. On TikTok, she highlighted her struggles, gains, and her basic day-to-day routines. Slowly but surely, she's built a community of supporting members who she's been able to share more about her life and experiences with Tourette syndrome. Her journey hasn't been easy. Her tics and outbursts often annoy others, making it difficult for her to make friends or connect with others. She cares strongly about showing her authentic self despite the chaos that can ensue. Baylen also comes from a big family. Her parents, Julie and Alan Dupree, have 6 children in total. They have 2 daughters and 4 sons, with Baylen being the second oldest child and oldest daughter. Their oldest son and second-born daughter are out of the house, but the Duprees still have 4 children living at home. Baylen's also dating 24-year-old Colin Dooley, who's a member of the Air Force. They've been together for about 2 years, and the entire Dupree family loves Colin and thinks he's a great match for Baylen. After TikTok fans came to know and love Baylen, she took her story to the TLC network. On January 13th, the first episode aired and Baylen provided a raw glimpse into her life. She still lives at home with her parents, but she has one major goal: to move out. In the past, her Tourette syndrome has made it difficult for her to accomplish traditional daily tasks. When her symptoms were at their worst, Baylen suffered from such a terrible episode at the airport that she ended up curled in the fetal position on the floor. One time when she was grocery shopping, she knocked all the boxes over in an aisle because she had an obsession with touching different textures. Overall, she often struggles with normal day-to-day tasks that make her family worry about her safety. However, she's on a mission to improve her quality of life so she can do what everyone else is doing. She's going to therapy, implementing techniques to help rewire her brain, and going to the supermarket to test how well she can manage her symptoms.